I'm Super Antonio. And we're live. Greetings, friends. Happy Saturday. And welcome back to The Last of Us Part 1. Full game playthrough and commentary.
Let's just hope there's someone alive to pay us.
Yeah, I guess that's what we're doing. Okay, so the strategy here is to get to a new game plus. So we're going to get through this. I'm going to show you all the cutscenes. This is technically the first playthrough on the PS5, but the whole point is to upgrade Joel as much as possible through subsequent replays of the game.
Shit.
And get him to Terminator status in terms of health and weapons upgrades, and then power through on the highest level of difficulty with all the cheats unlocked. Infinite health, infinite ammo, infinite, infinite influence. So that's what we're going to do. But right now we have a very weak Joel, baby Joel.
Something like that.
Love that golden light, that golden PS5 light. And we're moving Ellie across town. Donut Lord says, sup guys, greetings. A to the B to the Z, aka Donut Lord. Thank you for being here, friend. Sadie's here. She's a little sleepy. She had a bath, a shower, and she was thirsty and was drinking the shower water.
There's a patrol up ahead.
Told her, don't drink the shower water. She didn't mind.
Right.
She was happy.
We're good. Come on up.
She thought it was enjoyable.
Come on,
She
kid.
noticed that it's water. I don't know what
Watch
she
your
thought
step.
it was. But hey, I can drink this. This tastes interesting. Also, we're looking in every nook and cranny for supplies that we might have overlooked or missed. So, we do a lot of side
It's raining. Gotta do
quests,
what
I
you got.
guess.
Holy shit.
We gotta run through this
Actually outside.
trailer
Up this
into
way.
another cutscene. This cutscene is critical because we learn about Ellie's natural immunity, which she was born with and didn't actually realize until she got bit. So, in theory, all the kids, or a great number of kids, have been born with this natural immunity. Peter Walsdorf says, happy Saturday, everyone. Just wanted to say hi to everyone in the chat. Greetings, Peter. Glad you're here. So it might not be that special. See, the part, as far as I understand it, Ellie's never been beyond the wall. She's lived her whole life in this quarantine zone, so she's been secluded and sequestered. She snuck out with her teen friends. Actually, some of their teen friends too. But if she's immune and she hooks up with a boy that's immune, they should have immune babies.
Oh shit.
I know they're not doing that in the HBO special, but that's okay.
Jesus Christ. Marlene
We
said
don't really acknowledge the HBO special
Why the
or
hell are we
part 2
smuggling an infected
on this
girl?
channel.
I'm not infected.
No?
We just keep playing part 1 over and over.
I can explain.
over
You better
again
explain
in
fast.
an infinite loop, like Groundhog
Look
Day,
at this.
getting better and
I don't
better
care how
at
you
it.
got infected.
It's 3 weeks old.
Actually, that's
turns within 2 days,
for the
so you stop
foreseeable future.
bullshitting.
That's what I
It's
want to do
3
on Saturdays.
weeks. I swear.
All day long, I was working
Why
on
would she set you
what I'm
up?
calling the cutscene commentary for this game. There's about 90 minutes of cutscenes,
I ain't buying it.
so I'll make maybe a 2-hour video talking about just how much I love this game and how much it means to me,
Run.
and the cutscenes and characters.
Go, move!
And if it's successful, I might go back and do it with Red Dead Redemption 2. I know we have a full game commentary, but I've never done a cutscene commentary, and I like the idea. I really like the idea. Same format as this. Where we got Sadie here sitting, and I'm wearing a nice suit and talking to you guys. We can just run through these guys. We do not have to confront or fight them. We can stealth by or run by. They're very easy to escape them. NPCs in this game have no peripheral vision at all.
I don't see anything down there.
And they can't look up and they can't look down. They can just look straight ahead. Well, let's not say NPCs, let's say enemies. Pretty much everyone outside of the quarantine zone is an enemy. Here's some stuff. Need stuff. Our bag is infinite. Our backpack, we only get 3 of everything.
I hear him up ahead.
And there's no way to upgrade that. Joel found a bottle. I prefer bricks to bottles, personally.
Shh, stay.
Bottles work. So yeah, I was working on cutscenes, just trying to get that organized. There's 31 of them. And now I've got to write a script. I work better on
Get through here.
I have something in front of me, rather than just making it up as we do on live streams. Some people have a talent for that. I don't feel necessarily I have a talent for that.
Down there.
That's why I like to interact with the chat. I do have a talent for conversation, but that's a two-way street. That's a tennis match. Just talking randomly, like I'm doing now. I mean, I'm better at it now. Took a little practice. Here, brick.
So many of them out here.
Joel likes bricks. You don't really... You can sneak by these. I mean, you can take these guys out if you want. It's a waste of ammo. Or a waste of health. And you don't get anything. It's not like they drop ammo or any weapons or anything unique. So it's better just to get out of there as fast as possible. And Joel knows the basic route. What's that about? You think we played this game
Yes,
before?
you got any idea which way?
Again, I love how this game looks on PS5. It's beautiful. It's the reason I bought a PS5. I'm very glad I
See
did.
where this leads.
I mean, I was planning to anyways. It was inevitable, but I'm glad we got it done.
Yeah, this looks right.
I'm glad we got it.
Stay close.
At least we're out of the rain.
I'm assuming this is a Glock. They just call it a 9mm.
Think we
Why?
can squeeze
Because
through
when you
here.
max it out, full ammo capacity, you get a 14-round clip, a Glock 14. So that's what we're gonna go with. Plus, with all the damp, I think there would be I think a Glock would survive quite well during the zombie apocalypse.
Report back to Sector 11.
I don't think they see us.
Acknowledge. Get to your vehicle.
Stay in the shadows.
She was basically asleep before the stream. She woke up when I turned that light on, or she sat up. Put it that
Are
way.
we safe?
No, they're still around.
Because she knew I was going to be talking and that she would get random treats every now and then. And
Sure thing,
now,
boss.
looks like she's going to go back to sleep. That's enough of the stream for our co-host, Sadie the Channel Dog, who said like and subscribe before she retired to her crate for a pre-nap, a pre-sleep nap. These bolts and scrap metal we use for weapons upgrades. Jay just subscribed. Thank you, Jay. Appreciate it. You'll have to wait 30 minutes to talk, though.
Tess, up through here through this pipe. I think we can make it through here.
Stay very close, though.
J is for Jerome, Jamal,
Whoa, 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 whoa,
or Jennifer, or John.
Gather up. All of us back. We're returning to the wall.
I don't think there were any Asian names that start with J. Jadziki. Jadzia. That's a Star Trek name. Star Trek reference for you. This is a lovely cutscene that is not included.
All right, they're gone.
I love how overgrown the city is. How nature takes over.
What was the plan?
Literally,
Let's
because
say that we
this
deliver you to the Fireflies.
the infection
Marlene,
is spore
she
based.
said
Is seems like it's
They're in a
mushroom
quarantine
based.
zone. With doctors, they're still trying to find a
So
cure.
the infection
we
is
heard that
organic.
before, huh, Tess?
But see, it's just like vines and overgrowth everywhere.
Whatever happened to me is the key to finding a vaccine.
Oh, Jesus.
It's what she said.
Oh, I'm sure
But-
she did.
And we'll get
Fuck
into
you,
this
man. I
later,
didn't ask
but
for
you know,
this.
the water's
Me
not
neither.
contaminated, and
the
there's
hell
still
are we doing
animals.
here?
What if it's
I mean,
true?
there's rabbits and deer
I
and
can't-
horses.
What if?
So I don't know
Joel?
why they're not
I mean, we've come
breeding
this far.
chickens.
Let's just finish it.
I need to
Later in the
remind you what's
game,
out there.
we meet some cannibals, and there's really no reason to be
I get it.
cannibals in this game at all, because food is still abundant. So you're being a cannibal
This way.
for the
If we
fun
cut
of
through
it.
downtown, we can hit the
Mr.
Capitol
Maddie
building by
says, "Happy
sunrise."
Saturday! Congrats on getting a PS5 Super Antonio." Thank you, Mr. Maddie. I was very proud of the financial shenanigans I did to get this PS5. It really only cost me about $200, $240 out of pocket. That's including this game. It's kind of irritating that PS5 games are so expensive. They start
I
at
guess this is what
$50
these buildings
basically.
look like up close.
So we only have this one,
So damn tall.
and we are looking everywhere for random free stuff, which really should be more abundant when you think about it.
What the hell was that?
Tess, you hear that?
There's a great Stephen
Sounded
King
pretty far
novel,
away,
one
though.
of my favorites, called The Stand,
Are we
which
safe?
is it's not really a zombie apocalypse. It's just an apocalypse. But in The Stand, there's a virus that kills off 90% of the population, and then the rest, the 10% who are naturally immune, have to survive. There's no zombies or anything. All they do is survive in this new world, this brave new world, and they form tribes. But the whole point for Stephen King is
No,
he
there's the
wanted to
Capitol
create a
building.
world where there was
We need to get around this mess.
where there was an abundance, there was an excess, where like Thanos, you kill off 50% or 90% of the population, and then you
Over here.
can and then like the energy crisis is solved, and there's stuff everywhere lying around. And I think that's basically how this works as
Tess.
well. That's why there's still guns and bullets and cans of food, 20-year-old cans of food. But really, they should be, they should have chickens. I mean, in the quarantine zone, they're barbecuing rats, and I don't, and there's birds around, so definitely you could breed chickens.
It's been ripped apart.
Mr. Maddie says, "I just got a copy of Red Dead 2 for my PS5. It's a PS4, but thank God for backwards compatibility." Yeah, we're doing we're doing the Free Roam Fridays on PS5, and there's really not much of a difference. I mean, if you have a 4K monitor, you can play it in 4K, and it's it's pretty, but it's an upscaled 4K. It's not a true 4K like this game, but which we are not playing in 4K because
Looks like these guys
we're
died
streaming in
waiting for
1080p,
backup.
so it's useless. It's Red Dead Redemption 2 is sharper, slightly prettier. The
Damn it.
the lighting is
Jeez.
slightly
What's wrong with his
but noticeably, you know,
Infectional duties.
nicer.
Oh, what are
And
they?
the most significant upgrade
Sort
is
of.
the loading time for the game
Using sound.
from the
That?
SSD.
Like that. If you hear one clicking, you got it.
So really, that has nothing to do with you know, the actual physical copy of the game. That's all on the part of PS5. Everything loads
Well, it feels
faster.
like it's about to fall apart.
Shiv it up. We got some Advils. Find all these pills. We need those pills for the health
Watch your head.
upgrades. First thing we max out for Arthur/Joel is something called Weapon Sway. I'm not exactly sure what that is. It's just but I noticed that, you know, it's like it's hard. It basically helps with your aiming. You know, it's like you get a little bit of a weapon sway when you aim if you don't have that thing. So yeah, we do weapon sway first, and then we do then we work on the health upgrades. Max health, so you can take more damage. You can take more hits. And I got that from Reddit. I did do a little research after I played this on the PS4. Let's make a little knifey knife.
Give me a hand with this.
Much like Resident Evil, the knives in these games degrade over use. Which you wouldn't think they would. That's accurate. It takes a lot of rounds to take one of those clickers down.
You
But it
alright?
only takes one shiv, even though it degrades the shiv.
Let's search for supplies.
They show the shiv when you first pick it up, and it's made out of a piece of rebar and a rag. And there's no way you can tell me a sharpened piece of rebar would ever degrade. The only reason that thing's going to degrade is because you drop it, you lose it, or, you know, it sinks in a river and you can't fish it out. That's the only way one of those things would degrade. But yeah, see, you have to sacrifice a shiv to open what
Here,
they call a
patch
shiv
yourself up.
door. But there's always like lots of treats and stuff we need behind a shiv door. A lot of rewards, and usually enough supplies so you can just make another shiv. And the only reason you need shivs is for clickers. I mean, you can use them on humans, but to me that's a waste of a good shiv. How many times can I say shiv in one live stream? And it's interesting that the algorithm won't get mad at us. See all these shelves that you could have stuff loaded on, but you don't. What's that about? I imagine if you unlock all the cheats, all those shelves are just loaded with stuff. You can also upgrade your crafting speed, which is handy if you're in a battle and you need a health item quick.
Let's get the hell out of here.
Climb up here. But Joel's looking around for stuff.
Up there.
Boy.
Look.
Yeesh.
Just see if there's a way through.
It's interesting, early in the game, he calls Ellie kid.
Where? Come on, Ellie.
Come on, kid.
All right, kid, you're up.
But when he starts to feel feel affection for her, when his heart starts opening or warming up to her, he starts calling her kiddo. And I just like that little
Come
subtle
on, big guy.
change.
Give me your hand. Let's go.
Watch Tess effortlessly lift up 180 to 220 pound Joel with one arm, with one tiny bird arm. Thank you, Neil Druckmann. I hadn't thought about that. You know, this whole girl boss thing. This whole girl boss trend in movies and TV and video games. And I'll get into it later. Okay, do a little sneaky. This is the most fun thing for me to do. Just sneak up on these guys. So much easier than just running into there
Over here.
and trying to terminate them. Before we go up there, let's just do a quick recce. See if we can find anything. Like some alcohol. Alcohol is for Molotov cocktails, which we have not unlocked the recipe for, I believe, and health items. And early in the game, they'll just give you just random full health packs, and that's nice. Oh, I keep forgetting. There's a comic book series in the game. Gotta write that down. So you can like collect all the comic books, because Ellie is reading them, and I wanted to make a video on that. So I'm gonna write Tulu comic books. And they're all in different locations, and you can only read the back. But still, I'd like to collect them all for Ellie.
Ellie, you okay?
Medkit.
Shitting my pants?
We're not really going to need it.
I'm fine.
Well, actually, we will need
Stairwell
it. Spoiler
spots.
alert, because this is a baby
Should we
Joel.
go back up?
There you go, ladies.
All right.
Come on.
Interesting. The fun of a game like Red Dead Redemption 2 for me is exploring the open world. It's just
crazy.
riding around and exploring the
Just
world.
don't look down.
Free roaming,
Are you
as it were.
serious?
And you cannot free roam in this game. The fun in this game is just redoing these missions.
No platforms
You know,
exposed.
like a
Jesus.
What could possibly go wrong?
like a theme park amusement ride over and over again. It's like a favorite ride, like Pirates of the Caribbean.
Come on, Ellie. Yeah.
Or the Haunted Mansion. Those are my two favorite
Just
attractions at
You're
Disney.
okay. We got a way through.
We're getting to the dangerous part. First, we gotta pick up a new weapon. Thank you. Revolver has slightly more stopping power than the automatic. Also, first weapon upgrades are holsters. With a holster, you can switch back and forth pretty effortlessly. Pick up the big stick, and we will walk softly. Nice little Teddy Roosevelt reference for you. For people who paid attention in history class, which you probably didn't, or since now you can just learn it all online. Sneaky, sneaky. You have to sneak up on these guys, because if you don't, they'll swarm you, and then it's horrifying. It's just running around. That animation, the stealth animation is new. Pipes better than a stick. There's a couple clickers, but most of them are runners. And runners, I mean, you got. They can see you, so you have to approach from behind or the side. But the clicker you can just walk right up to, as long as you walk softly and carry a big stick. Also, if we have the shotgun, we can take these guys out. But we don't have the shotgun yet. Sneaky, sneaky. Papa 1 is here. And Mama 1. Everyone say hi to Papa 1 and Mama 1. Papa 1 says, hey, family. And Mama 1 says, hey, family. Greetings, Mama 1 and Papa 1. I'm glad you're here. Zadie's here, and she says hi. She had a bath. And she drank the shower water. Which she doesn't really usually do, but I'm usually really good about not getting water in her face. Yeah, whack-a-mole, whack-a-zomb, as it were. I do love pipes, and you can upgrade the melee weapons in this game.
All right, come on down.
By like pretty much what you're doing. They'll show you is duct tape being like half a piece of scissors on it. But it improves. It turns the melee weapon into a one-hit K. Papa 1 says we were a little late. We've been we had a very busy farm day. No worries, Papa 1. You'll sleep well tonight. Hey, isn't that great news about Doc's granddaughter? I was very happy for him. That and I hope it brings him comfort. Papa 1 says one of the thoroughbreds got spooked by one of the farm dogs and kicked one of the gates in the stables. Took her clean off. Now instead of a relaxing day tomorrow, the farm hands must fix the door. Well, it's always something.
Tess, go.
All right, hold on.
See, we have to hold this because the whole building is at an angle, which you don't really perceive when you're playing the game. But yeah, you're not allowed to let go of that. Now you can let go of that when they block it. And then you get the haptic feedback on the PS5. That's kind of nice. A little bit of ammo, thank you. She's all clean now and soft. So yeah, I had this thought about all these powerful, overpowered women in media, in movies and TVs, and in video games, and how how they're always like the best and the strongest and the smartest and the best shots, the great fighters, and can effortlessly take down a 250-pound stuntman, or in Joel's case, lift him up with one arm. But my theory is Tadret Eve says, how's it going, and cute dog. This is Sadie, the channel dog, and she says hi and thank you, greetings. Or Tardet Evie. But anyways, here's my thought that occurred to me, and we have a generation of young men and young women that have been raised in single families by single moms, and
you always brush
that's
me
what
off.
they know, and that's what they're using as a reference.
Unbelievable when I see it.
You know, they didn't have any positive role models, or hopefully maybe they had like a coach in school or a teacher, but basically they learned about males from the internet and from TV. And it kind of explains OnlyFans, in my view, because OnlyFans to me is not about the nudity, and it's not, because that's free. You can find that anywhere. It's about the connection. It's about the emotional connection. It's about the validation and the attention and the affirmation you get from a pretty lady. And it's transactional, you pay for it, but that's why they're millionaires, because
Tess,
we've
down
got
here.
a generation of men or young men that have been locked into this this weird dynamic from having from having been raised by a single mother. And now we get
Look at his sleeve.
fire bottles, Molotov cocktails.
Yep.
And
These
I
guys
don't,
aren't
you know,
doing
I
well
don't have
in
any
or out of
solution.
shit.
I don't know what to do.
Let's hope
I
there's
mean,
someone
that's just
alive
the
to meet
world
us
we
at the
live in
drop
now.
off.
It's gonna be fine.
Tardette, we're using the hands-free gameplay system that PS5 just developed and is that I'm beta testing.
Sam.
Shit.
What's that about?
Cover almost out. Okay, Joel, you take point. No
Papa
matter
once says,
what,
yes,
so
Tara, it
bad
is his
it's yes.
gameplay. Yeah, it's my game. Of course it's our gameplay, but I'm just commenting on it. Tardette says, I'm a huge Last of Us fan. I am too. I love this game. I'm obsessed with it. That's what we're going to be playing every Saturday. And Mom once says, I am so happy for Doc. Makes me want grandchildren, LOL. Yeah. Your legacy is secured. I wish I'd told that because I'm sure after 55 years of marriage, it's like that. It's nice that there's new life to give him incentive to stick around a little longer. Papa once says, I've always thought the deal with OnlyFans was this generation was too afraid to talk to women and make the magic happen, so instead they pay for it. I think that's part of it as well. It's transactional and it's easier, and you can hide behind a keyboard. You don't have to. You don't have to go out there and make an effort. Yeah, it's easier. So that's part of it too. We've raised a generation of lazy men, lazy cowards, sneaky. Oh, interesting. Tardette says, something I've thought of is imagine what those people would do for a living if they were born before OnlyFans was ever a thing. They do what they did before. They would go to college and find a husband. I'm sorry. Or they'd work at Nordstrom's or, at a jewelry store, or they'd become hairdressers or, or movie stars. The TV stars, there was a whole. It's just so much easier to do this now. It's like Denise Richards. I don't know if you know her. She's from the 90s. There's a safe in here. She's got an OnlyFans, and she got her OnlyFans because her daughter did one, and she had a kid with Charlie Sheen, who's now like 18 or 19. And that's just crazy to me that the mom has this rivalry with her daughter, and also I can't even think of what Denise Richards has been in. She's basically retired. I think she was in one of the Real Housewives. But yeah, you can gain another fan base and make more money. And I don't know, it's crazy. Pop once says it's called prostitution. That's what most of them would do before OnlyFans. Some of them, yeah, and some of them would have been like dancers, exotic dancers, as they say. But I think most of them would have just had like random jobs and been baristas and stuff. Spider-Man Gamer 974 just subscribed. Thank you, Spider-Man Gamer. I like your name. Miko's here. Greetings, Miko. We're talking about OnlyFans. And Papa One says, "Hey Miko, hope you're well, my friend." And Mama One says, "Hey Miko." I mean, no, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do OnlyFans. But I might, I might be tempted if I was like in my 20s and a hot girl. Like Amaranth, the streamer who basically started this whole trend, who makes millions of dollars. It's like a month. I think like $2 million a month. But I started paying attention to her because she buys 7-Elevens and gas stations. I mean, she's smart. She's got a financial advisor that she's paying attention to, and she knows crypto. She's buying crypto. And that's smart to realize that that this isn't going to last forever. Your physical attraction is going to fade. Your income is going to go down. But if you like transfer that into like, real estate and buying laundromats and parking garages and you can build something. You can build an empire. Tardet says, "That dog is too cool." This is Sadie. Yes, and she is very cool. Miko says, "Only fools," as other would say. Well, fool and his money. Mama wants a Super Antonio on OnlyFans. I never thought I would hear you say that. Well, yeah, if I was like a hot girl, maybe. I don't know. No, I wouldn't, but, it's like... What would my poor sainted mother have said? Tardet says, "I can see how it's tempting being a hot woman to post content. But at what cost? Imagine you want to settle down in the future with a genuine family. A lot of men aren't going to trust that they will be faithful." Yes, I agree. This clicker is guarding your exit. And that's the scary thing about the fire bottles. They used to be one-hit Ks, and now they will come after you. They get mad if you set them on fire. So they can still get you, and they're on fire. Miko says, "Yes, but she does seem to have a lot of drama happening as well. I'm not even sure if it's true." I think a lot of it is manufactured, Miko, just to keep people watching. This is the new format of TV, and it's it's attractive to you, the viewer, because it's real and authentic, or it's perceived as real and authentic. And in Amaranth's case, because you get attention and validation from a hot woman.
We actually made it.
Everyone okay?
Yes. Let's move.
What was I going to say?
You guys are pretty good at this stuff.
It's called luck. And it is gonna run out.
Papa One says, "It's funny as these OnlyFans women are paid well to take their clothes off, but in 20 years, people will pay them to keep their clothes on." That thing we want is in there, and there's also zombies in there. And
That's where we going,
and
Tess?
Arthur/Joel hasn't figured out that the PS5 Molotovs aren't half as good as the PS4 Molotovs. This guy's got body armor on, so you can't really... You have to shoot him in the legs or the face.
Here we go.
Tardet, yes, she is very well trained, and I'm very proud of how trained she is, how very well behaved. And because when I got her, she was a wild child. Nico says, "Only if you become a tier 3 subscriber." The great thing about Amaranth is she's got an AI version of herself. She doesn't even answer her DMs. It's like you pay to talk to her, and you're talking to an AI. And I love that. Well, I love the business model of that. I love making money when you're asleep.
Climb on up.
You know, it's like, I mean, that's just amazing to me. Mom once says, Last of Us catches the creepy side of the apocalypse as well. Just wait until we meet the cannibals, Mama One, because it's going to get a lot creepier. Mom once says, I can't see my sweet Sadie being wild. Yeah, her terrible twos. I got her during her terrible twos.
I know.
Yeah, it's fun to think about how wild she was. But, yeah, I did a pretty good job training her. I'm very proud of her, especially when you compare her to other dogs. And you can then that's where you really see
You got something on your shoe.
how well she shines.
Gross.
Okay.
Tardet says some people don't realize when you pay to talk, she isn't actually talking to you. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people don't realize. And also sometimes they hire people to respond for them. Yeah, they did that before. Just hire someone from India. Oh, that's another weird thing that I read about is virtual hosts. So it's like I think they're doing this in the Philippines too, Miko, because they're like, people who speak English can get hired as a virtual host, where you it's like you've got an iPad at a restaurant and you Zoom, or you conference call to the person who's on the other side of the planet and is getting paid, I don't know, $5 an hour or whatever to talk to you and to just coordinate where you're going to sit. And it's like, hi, welcome to Subway. Can I take your order, please? Or, welcome to, I don't know. But yeah, I heard they're doing that. I haven't encountered it that I know of. I went into a Panera and you had to use an iPad to place your order. And you wanted to get anyways, and that kind of annoyed me. But I did it because I had a gift card to Panera, so I was like, okay, yeah, you can have $5.
Look at here!
Tess?
Nico says, yes, we call it virtual assistants. Yeah, that's crazy. Papa one says, I watch your Last of Us gameplay and can't help but compare it to the clips I've seen of the HBO Last of Us. I'm going to be a dad. They really ruined the show. I've got nightmares over HBO Ellie's. I'm going to be a dad. You're not allowed to criticize her. It's like the Emperor's new clothes. You have to praise her acting ability. And, yeah, the left is really trying to change beauty standards, or not to make ugly beautiful. With that, it's like everything. That's why I like to say that we live in demonic times, but it's not. It's because there's an inversion of everything. That's classic Beelzebub stuff. Is that up is down. Female is male, male is female, and ugly is pretty, and pretty is ugly. And to the left, pretty is ugly, because they want to include everybody, not understanding that sorry, Joel wasn't paying attention. For thousands of years, we've liked to look at pretty people. Papa one says, I remember the scene in Monsters, Inc. when Mike yells, Put that thing back where it came from, or so help me. That sums up my views on HBO Ellie. And Tardet says, I agree, we live in demonic times. A lot of terrible things people do without really realizing. And, you know, it's like, it's so ubiquitous on TV. It's like, you can't say Christ is King, but you can say Hail Satan easily. And, you know, and it's like, I love Wednesday. It's one of my favorite modern TV shows, but it's super demonic. Also, Sabrina the Teenage Witch. That was popular when I was on Netflix, and that's also super demonic. And that's crazy that it's accepted. And stuff in here that we need. It's a little harder. Oh, and some more Advils. Thank you. It's a little harder to be stealthy with a new baby Joel, but we have to. Let's craft a Molotov. That might come in handy. Spoiler alert, it will. Miko says, yes, we have lived long enough to see such times. And Papa One says, yes, Sabrina, the one with the talking black cat. My mom never liked that cat. Said it was the devil speaking. Yeah, that was the one from the 90s. They did a remake. See, that thing's still coming at us. Ouch. Joel really needs to run away right now. Yeah, they did a remake in the on Netflix, Papa One, and they made it, you know, they upgraded it, quote unquote, but they got a really cute girl. She's too old now, but she would have made a great Ellie. I forget her name. Her name is like Kieran something or other. To play Sabrina. That's when they were still like casting attractive people. They understood the old business model. But the human eye craves symmetry. The human eye craves beauty. And that used to be a given. But now they want to change everything. Mom once says, Last of Us or L.A. Noire, will we ever finish your GTA 5 commentary? Probably not, Mama One. And I don't know if we'll do a GTA 6 commentary. And I really try not to get into religion or politics on this channel, Tardet, even though that's all we're talking about now. But, you know, I like to talk about it and point out the hypocrisy, where you can say things like Hail Satan, but you can't say Christ is King. You can't say Merry Christmas, but you can say Allah Akbar. Super annoying. You can make fun of Jesus, but you can't make fun of Muhammad. Yeah, Mama One. I don't know if we'll ever finish Grand Theft Auto 5, and I don't know if we'll do Grand Theft Auto 6. Maybe we could totally stealth that guy. I prefer stealth now, just because it saves ammo. He has a little ammo. Well, thanks for the sub, Tardet. I appreciate it.
I'm fine. Guys, get in here! The girl!
See, and we never have to save Tess. Tess always is, like, Tess takes care of herself. Spoiler alert, don't get too attached to Tess. Mama once says the 90s was the era of teen heartthrobs and possibly teen pregnancy. All I know is beauty sells exactly. My niece spent thousands of dollars on Jonathan Taylor Thomas posters. Yeah, beauty sells. But now they're trying to change the definition of beauty. Well, you've been watching a lot of movies and content from the 80s and 90s, hard to. Let's punch a zombie. Let's see Tess do that. I'm sorry, I apologize. There's a strategy here that Joel's not really good at, but if you run away far enough and hide, they will, you can hide from them if you run away. If you run away enough. But Joel's not really good at that yet.
I was too damn close.
Tardet says, one of my favorite games is Street Fighter 2 from 1991. I love the older stuff. Cammy. And Mama once says, she even got my father-in-law to spend money on a meet and greet with him. She was obsessed. I think newer kids call it simping. Yeah, we called it pining for someone. Papa 1 called it stalking from a distance. Well, just leave it to Papa 1 to tell it like it is. That's what the military did to him. Okay, this moment, I'm not going to tell you what happens.
This way.
But
Get us to the roof.
that moment is a problem. But we skipped the conversation. That moment with Tess. Now, in theory, we drop Ellie off at the Capitol building, and then we just go on our merry way. We collect the weapons that Marlene pretty much stole from us.
Stand back.
And everybody's happy. That's not what's going to happen. This is a cute scene, which I'm going to include in my cutscene commentary coming up. It's like Ellie and Joel are getting to know each other. And Joel, like, he's acting like a dad here. And it's probably the first moment that he treats Ellie like a daughter, or that he activates his dad mode, and Ellie's like, pff.
Oh, is that everything you hoped for?
See, he's interacting with her. He's paying attention, and I like that. Ellie says jury's still out over here, and I don't know if she'd know what a jury is. Do they still have court systems in post-apocalypse America? I bet it's a tribunal. I bet it's 3 military dudes passing summary judgment. I don't know if she'd know about juries. Tardet, are you playing New Game Pluses? Papa One says, I never kept up with any of the hit shows too much. That's because you're too busy working, Papa One. I did like Home Improvement years later. I didn't realize he was a actor on the show when my niece was first into him, the way she talked. At any rate, friends, that's about all I have for you tonight. It's great talking to all of you. Shout out to the mods, Mama One and Papa One and Miko. Thank you for being here and helping to corral these unruly bastards. We shall return with another live stream tomorrow night. Probably Last of Us. Maybe there's a free game that we got on PS5 called Astro's Playhouse, and we might do a little bit of that. It's kind of It's very arcadey, very Nintendo-y, very Fortnite-y. It's completely different than what we play on this channel, but it might be fun to do, just to see, one, how it does on Sundays, and two, just have a little backdrop when we have a little conversation to talk. Miko says, thanks for the stream. Thanks to the mods. Take care, folks. Let's bring Sadie back to say like and subscribe. Appreciate all you being here. Great talking to you. We shall return tomorrow night, and I shall leave the chat open for a little bit in case you guys want to talk amongst yourselves. Thank you, friends, and see you soon.
Something like that. How long is this all gonna take?
If everything goes as planned, we should get you to them in a few hours. Ellie, once we get out there, I need you to follow our lead and stay close.
Yeah, of course.
Now hold up. There's a patrol up ahead. All right. We're good. Come on up. Come on, kid. Watch your step. This rain ain't gonna do us any good.
Holy shit. I'm actually outside.
Up this way.
Don't do anything stupid.
Move.
Turn around, on your knees. You scan him, I'll call it in.
Put your hands on your head.
This is Ramirez at Sector 12, requesting pickup for 3 stragglers. Understood.
Look the other way. We can make this worth your while.
Shut up. Tired of this shit. What's the ETA?
Couple minutes.
Fuck! I thought we were just gonna hold him up or something.
Holy shit. Look.
Jesus Christ. Marlene set us up? Why the hell are we smuggling an infected girl?
I'm not infected.
No? Just lying?
I can explain.
You better explain fast.
Look at this.
I don't care how you got infected.
It's 3 weeks old.
No, everyone turns within 2 days, so you stop bullshitting.
It's 3 weeks. I swear. Why would she set you up?
I ain't buying it. Oh, shit. Tess, run. Run!
Go! Go! Move!
Holy shit!
I got 2 dead uniforms. I repeat, I got Follow me. Quickly.
12. Requesting immediate backup.
You take cover! When I give you the signal, reload. There's gonna be another strike.
They're everywhere. I see him.
It must have gotten through. Check the trenches.